To top dress or not to top dress? Is that even really a question? Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to Project Golf Course Lawn, Season 5. Well, today's the day. Today's the day I top dress certain parts of my lawn. You know, I realized that my lawn's been top dressed twice. I always talk to you guys about doing it and the importance of it, but you guys have never actually seen footage of me actually doing it or seen the process, at least the way that I do it. It's not really that much different to a lot of other lawn care enthusiasts, but I want to show you guys the process that I'm going to do today. So I'm going to be top dressing two major parts of my lawn. The entire front lawn is going to get top dressed, and then certain parts of the rear are going to get top dressed. I'm also going to tell you the two major reasons why you want to go about doing this. So first, let me show you what the areas that I'm going to be working on. So first and foremost is going to be the front lawn. So if you guys have watched, been with me for a while and watched previous seasons of Project Golf Course Lawn, you'll know that when I first got the lawn top dressed, there used to be a tree right here in this section. I'll link a card up here just to show you guys video of what this front lawn used to look like. And literally, I'll get in here a little closer. Perhaps you guys can make it out. You can see the lawn, you can see over the overall turf, but then you see right in here, like that little circle, you can kind of make it out. Like that's where a tree used to be. So the tree was removed. We're having some issues with it rotting a little bit, and just decided, you know, I don't want to have to deal with the potential damage that a tree might cause to the turf as well. So we had it taken out. And after that, you know, we covered it with new fresh Bermuda. This entire thing's been overseeded and it's been top dressed. But so the goal today is to the primary goal is to obviously redo the entire front lawn. So the entire front lawn is going to get sand, but then also this section here is going to get mainly contoured. I'm trying to soften that just a little bit. I'm not going to be able to obviously build this up. I mean, that's just not going to be, it's not going to be a thing. But as far as just softening this that edge going up to that is one of my major goals for the front lawn. So that's going to get taken care of, and then I'll show you guys like all this will get top dressed. This whole section here coming around, like all this will get top dressed, and then the the entire vanity strip, this area along the sidewalk is going to get cleaned up. I need to do something about these beds. Please do not give me too much grief. All my buddies give me grief about it. I know I got to work on that. I know. And then this area is going to get it as well. And of course, guys, you know the vanity strip's getting love. I mean, you know, I can't do all this and not give the vanity strip love. It's going to get top dressed too. So vanity strip, and then this area leading up to the back lawn is also going to get top dressed. So just to kind of recap, it's going to be the entire front, everything you see here, and then the vanity strip and the whole area leading out back. So let me take you guys out back now, and I'll show you the areas back there. Because out back, there's two major spots that I've never really been happy with, so we're gonna try to address those today. So the entire front's getting done, and then certain parts of the back, then I'll tell you the two reasons why you even want to go through the headache of doing this. So out back, there are two key areas. So whenever it rains, I think if you guys look at my video of what like how to fix your lawn, or the process I go through of cleaning up the lawn after a thunderstorm, I'll link a card for that here. This entire area takes a lot of beating as far as like water running off. Like whenever it rains really heavily, water comes and it drains through here. So let me give you guys another angle of that. Literally, there's the patio, water comes down, and then it drains literally all through here, you know, through the swale, and then out to the street. So the goal today is to take care of this section, you know, put some sand, some material down here to kind of clean that up. And then also behind me, so there are the rocks, and then this area with the rocks, like a 20-foot section all along here, I'm also going to top dress, because even though you guys can't see it, if I can get down a little lower so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This area is actually fairly bumpy. Whenever I'm coming through here with the true cut, like that whole section is a little bit bumpy. So those are the two main areas of focus for today. This section here by the patio, section behind me, and then the entire front lawn. I've got about 2 cubic yards of material coming, so it's not a ton of sand, but it should be enough to do the front and then these 2 areas that I'm talking about. So now the big question, why would you want to do this? There's 2 major reasons why you'd want to go through the trouble of top dressing your lawn too. The first, and it's pretty obvious, is that you're able to cut the lawn much lower without risk of scalping. So if I can take my finger, I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. Like, that's just under ½ an inch. It's very, very, very short. So you're able to cut the lawn much lower without risk of scalping. So reason number 1, you're able to smooth out all the bumps. You're able to then get a reel mower if you're so inclined and cut below heights of less than an inch without risk of damaging the turf due to scalping. First reason. Reason number 2, in Georgia we have most of our soil is clay based. So this is really hard red clay that is not the best for growing turf grass. I mean Bermuda will grow in pretty much anything, but it does better like any other plant with better soil. So because for our top dressing, the mix that we use is a 70-30 mix. So it's 70% river sand and then 30% on organic material. You were also putting a healthy layer of soil across the entire lawn. So it promotes better growing for the grass too. So reason number 1, you're going to get a level surface that you can cut lower. It's going to look, just apparent visually, it's going to look a lot nicer. And then reason number 2 is you're putting healthier soil on the turf so that the net result is assuming that you're doing everything else right, you're mowing regularly, you're putting good products in the lawn to feed the lawn, things like that. Your lawn's going to green up sooner in the spring, and it's going to go dormant later in the fall because the turf is just going to be healthier. So those are the 2 major reasons why you'd want to go through this whole process of top dressing. In the past I've used a service to do it, but today I'm going to be doing it manually. So in about an hour and a half or so, the material should be showing up. So I'll show you guys footage of that happening. And then I'll lay out all the tools and talk about the process a little bit more, and then we'll get to it. I'll see you guys in a few. Should be fun. So as you saw, the top dressing mix just got delivered. So let me take you guys in and show you the actual mixture I'm going to be using today, as well as some of the tools you're going to need to do top dressing in case you decide to take this project on yourself. So again, as I was saying, the mix that we use here in Georgia is like a 70-30 mix. So you can see this is 70% sand and then organic material. And then as far as tools, you need a wheelbarrow, so you need something to move the top dressing material around with, a standard rake, shovel, and then I like this groundskeeper's rake because it's got this flat edge to it. Zoom in here and show you guys that. So you've got like the forks on one side, but also what I'm going to mainly be using today is this flat edge. So because this is 36 inches wide, it's going to allow me to drag this along the turf and get like a smoother finish. So it's going to allow me to drag it in and just get a better, smoother result. So this guy is this guy's probably optional. These 2 are at a minimum, and then that. And then the one thing I don't have out here, but that is also a good idea to have, is a broom of some sort. So like a heavy shop broom. Just to kind of work the material in. I'll show you guys some of that later, exactly how you would use that technique. So again, there's the mix. Let me get some of it here and I'll show you guys what we're dealing with. So it's mainly, again, it's like a light, like fluffy material. It's primarily sand. It got some organic material, so there's some organic value to the turf, in addition to having the sand for leveling purposes. So let me get the tripod set up and let's get to it. There's two schools of thought about as far as like how you put the material down. There is the like dump different piles and then rake it smooth, and there's also the method for casting it, like kind of like throwing it along the turf. So I'll show you guys both methods. So the first, kind of get a scoop of the sand material and just cast it along the ground like that. Kind of what you're seeing there. And the other method is, I'll show you some of that, is for us to just simply, let me get over here to this other spot that I want to take care of. So just dump some out, like so. And then I'll grab my greenkeeper's rake and we can just spread it out. Got a piece of foam there. So which method you decide to go with is up to you. Both work well. I think the casting method probably makes your more even coverage. It's probably, in my opinion, a little bit less work, but either way works. So you can see here, I'm just gonna even this out, move it around on the turf, fill in low spots, like that. And it'll just be rinse and repeat for this entire section. So set the camera up and you guys can watch us go at it. See you in a few. So guys, a big part of top dressing, I didn't cover that. I covered all the tools, but also having a good buddy to come help you out is important too. So this is Alex, my next door neighbor. So you guys need to stop talking crap about him because he's working on fixing his lawn.
I am fixing it.
And his lawn's gonna be awesome this year, okay? So he's gonna come help me out with this, and if you can get a buddy to come help you out with top dressing, it makes it go a lot smoother. Back to it. So YouTube, you can kind of see what we're doing here. We're throwing down, a fairly generous layer, and I'm going to drag it smooth. Essentially, what you want, you don't want the grass to be fully covered. You want some of the leaves sticking through. So that's where this guy comes in. Actually, I put a link in the description to this if you guys are interested. But honestly, you can get this at maybe Home Depot, but like any of your garden supply stores are going to have a rake like this. But I'll put a link in the description in case you guys just want to order it. So I'm now going to drag this out and smooth that out a little bit, and stay tuned. All right, YouTube, so you guys can kind of see what we're working with here as far as the layer or how deep you cover it. So you see, you want some decent coverage, but at the same time, you don't want the grass to be fully covered up. So this will grow in probably, I don't know, a couple of weeks, depending on how much heat we get. But that's about what you're looking for. And one thing about the technique I was using with this rake that you just saw, when I'm dragging it, I'm not really putting a lot of pressure downward on the rake. I'm literally letting the weight of the rake just kind of drag everything smooth as I come across. I'm just pretty much lay the rake down and just drag it and let the weight of the rake just kind of, knock down the really high spots. And because once you water it, it's going to get settled into more. And then once we broom this area, it's going to settle even more. So just stay tuned. So now we are going to cast this all over here between the rocks and that outer area. And then where the tree used to be out there, I'm going to put a little bit of top dressing around that just to kind of build up that area just a little bit. See you in a few. So YouTube, issue. We don't have enough sand. You guys probably saw that when you guys saw the pile. I was a little bit concerned myself. I mean, you guys couldn't see my face when the dump truck was dumping it, but I was like, it's not gonna be enough. Anyway, we're gonna get the back dressed, and then I'm only gonna probably do the area just around where that tree used to be in the front, because that's the area I really care about the most. And I'll just have to get another, or think about it, consider, I don't know if I'll do it, but we'll see about getting some more sand out here and doing the entire front. But really that area around the tree, the area that I was showing you earlier,
that's the area that I'm really concerned about for the front lawn, to try and, like, you know, just contour that a little bit. So we're gonna put down one more load of sand out here. I'm gonna work this in, and then we'll move around to the front. All right, that's the back, YouTube. We're only gonna have about 2 wheelbarrows left, so I'm only gonna be able to do that area around the tree, where the tree used to be, hopefully, and we'll see. But you guys can see how the back is going. You guys saw my technique where I kind of made passes back and forth with just the weight of the rake, like, you know, like planing the material across the lawn. So that looks pretty good. I'm also really excited to see how this is going to come out, this area, where that other hump was. So what's going to happen now, we'll head to the front, and I'll show you guys us doing that portion. See you in a second. Hey guys, so right now you're supposed to be watching footage of us top dressing the front lawn. When I was going through the video after recording, I realized that I didn't hit play on the phone, so I don't have any footage of us actually doing the top dressing that you see right here. So my sincerest apologies for that. What we're going to cut to now is some footage that I shot showing you how to use the broom to get the best recovery out of the lawn. It's not something I've seen anyone else on YouTube that's been doing top dressing videos discuss, so hopefully you guys get some value in it. And again, my sincerest apologies. I'll do better next time. Okay, YouTube, one more piece of equipment you're going to need is a good shop broom. When you water the grass, or even if you don't water it, and in the morning when the dew hits and this begins to clump up, you're going to want something to break that up without really moving the top dressing around too much. So I'll show you how I do that. So kind of similar with the planing rake, the groundskeeper rake, with your trusty shop broom. All you're going to do is you're going to get down after it's been, after it's rained, you just kind of work it in. As you can see, this kind of helps settle the stuff in the soil as well. You see how it was sitting on top before, and now it's kind of all settling down. So I'm gonna do this for the entire lawn, and then every morning, I'll come out here and I'll do this really quickly. It takes about 5 minutes to do, and it doesn't take, probably more than 5 minutes, depending how much your top dress, how big an area you're dealing with. But it's not very labor intensive. And again, you don't wanna press down, because we're not trying to move the material around. All we're trying to do is take what we've put and just have it settle in. So again, just, you know, shop broom, heavy shop broom, and just work it back and forth over the lawn. You can actually see more grass appearing as I do this even right now. See? So I'll just go over the entire lawn like this, the area that I top dress, and this will help the material work in more and will prevent it from moving around with a heavy rain. For the front lawn, especially if you're dealing with a slope, it's super important that you do this. I mean, for back here, not as critical because it's flat, but the front, anytime you're dealing with a slope, you're definitely gonna want to use a shop broom to work that material into the soil as much as you can, so that it will, you know, the grass can really hold on to it and it won't wash away. So you guys can see the final result of back here. I mean, there's still material down. You can still see the sand, but it's been worked into the soil a lot better with the push broom. So consider this as another step. Again, it's not completely required, but as you can tell from the footage before, when we just put the sand down and worked it in with the greenskeeper rake, and compared to now with it broomed in, it's settled into the turf a lot better, which again is just going to help you get a better result, help the turf recover faster. So consider doing that. So there we go, YouTube. The lawn is top dressed. I didn't get to do as much of the front as I'd liked, but at least I got to address the problem areas. So final result, as you guys can see here, is the problem areas I was concerned about. Both of those are done, and now it's just waiting, you know. So just to recap the steps, one, you're going to get your sand mixture. Again, if we're in Georgia, you're going to want to use a 70-30 mix. You can do all sand, but I don't really like that because it has no nutritional value for the plant. So getting something that's like a 70-30 mix allows you to fill in those low areas while also still feeding the soil to a good extent. Lay it down, kind of what you saw in the video with us using the wheelbarrows, and then you can use the garden rake, which we didn't really use, or you can use that groundskeeper's rake, the landscaper's rake that I really like. So if you guys haven't picked one of those up, I'd consider doing that, or just rent one if you're not gonna have a need to use it all the time. It's a really great tool. It's helpful for for, as you saw, for really planing the material out and getting a nice finish. And then finally, put down, get your shop broom out and kind of put the material and kind of work the material into the turf to kind of help it settle. So now I'm just going to water and just patience now. If you guys have not been fertilizing your lawn, now's a good time to put a little bit of a starter fertilizer down on top of the areas at least that were top dressed to kind of feed the lawn and get it going. My lawn really never lacks for nitrogen or fertilization, so I'm good on that front. I'm not going to really put anything down. I'm just going to water and wait and mow. So I hope you guys found this useful. Please like and share, and definitely if you want to see more content like this, again, this is part of a series that I'm putting together that's gonna cover everything that I know about getting a golf course lawn. So feel free to subscribe as well if you're interested in being notified whenever you get that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really look forward to talking to you guys in the comments, and I'll see you guys the next time.